Damn, it's like level 44 is here? Bro, I'm about to fight all y'all. Okay, let's go. That's I'm glad I made that shit.
Can I help you?
Sir Barry, I got a news story that I think you're gonna be
Well, I'll
very
be the judge of
interested
that.
about.
What's this so-called story about?
Mm, I think you'll like the look
All
of the
right.
slate.
I'll take a look. I don't suppose you want to tell me how you got this evidence. I figured
I'm not
as
as
much.
liberty, but
Is there at least a name I can cite as my source? Why am I not surprised? As long as the evidence is adequate and verifiable, I expect it'll be aired within the hour, if not sooner. Now, if you'll excuse me, I obviously have some work to do.
by all means, take your time. That was a tough one, I ain't gonna lie to you. Just going through the fucking area was a pain in the ass. Only those missing. I'm not trespassing anything anymore. Okay, so set course. I do apologize also for not showing the end of that mission. I got so enthralled that I kind of lost. Forgot to unpause the damn what you got recording. So that's my fault. Just know, I had to put a lot of people to sleep. A lot of people.
I've yet to hear anything of note on SSNN. Let's hear your report. Good. David won't be able to resist a story like this.
Oh yeah.
He'll do some preliminary confirmations, which will be enough to get the broadcast out to the public. And how did the Neuroamp perform? That's unfortunate. Although a true testament to your skills as an operative.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't
see how
no
relying
trial
on
and error.
such technology may not be for everyone. So now it's just a waiting game for SSNN to break the news. Once the story airs, we have another board meeting scheduled to decide how to handle Infinity. Go ahead, Maeve.
The SSNN broadcast has started. Shall I patch it through?
Yes, thank you.
Infinity Ltd. and Lucas Drexler are currently under investigation for a number of violations, including murder for hire, unauthorized human trials, and corporate theft. Authorities representing the UC and the Freestar Collective have been dispatched to a consolidated mining station and the clinic. Both locations are believed to hold numerous victims. Drexler's motivation appears to be an attempt to launch a new product based off stolen information from a competitor. The details on the project itself and the competitor have yet to be confirmed. This has been David Barron for SSNN.
Perfect. This exposure puts Infinity right where we want them. The meeting will begin momentarily, but I want you to discuss the options we have with the other members. Infinity's net worth is about to hit rock bottom. So this gives us the opportunity to win a little more public faith. Quite right.
Yep.
The truth is, we'll be making evaluations. We'll shed any employees who don't make the cut, slowly but surely. By incorporating Infinity, we eliminate a competitor, get their best employees and contracts, and all while boosting our public perception. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Naturally.
Which is why I'd like you to talk to the board to convince them this is the right move. There are several who might disagree, and You have the perfect tool to help sway them. Good. You'll find most of the board members in their offices preparing. Vina is also here, waiting for the meeting to start. We'll need at least 50% of the vote to go our way. In the event of a tie, I will make the final decision. I trust you'll get it done.
Nah.
Did Masako send you to try and convince me to acquire Infinity Ltd? I think we both know that's not going to work. If I wanted to be difficult, I could make this much harder on you. But no, this is more than just some petty ploy. The internal neuroamp gives us the power to crush our competitors, not take them under our wing. This is exactly why Masako's time as CEO is finished. Oh? Your response tells me Masako must have given you similar advice. It'd be unlike her to not fully exploit an advantage, especially when she believes acquiring Infinity is the right thing to do. Well, it does make Ryujin look good, and we do gain a wider customer base, which means higher profits. You're oddly right about this one, Op. I guess you are worth keeping around.
Natural.
As long as everyone has Ryujin's best interests in mind, this should make for an interesting meeting. You and me both. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a lot of preparations to make.
Damn, I think I messed up. Hold on. Let me test something real quick.
I've yet to hear any...
Alright, so we're gonna try
Did
this.
Masako send you to try and convince me to acquire Infinity Ltd? Our public perception is good enough. If you ask me, reaching out to save Infinity just makes us look weak. The internal neuroamp gives us the power to crush our competitors, not take them under our wing. This is exactly why Masako's time as CEO is finished. Oh? It'd be unlike her to not... well, it does make Ryujin... You're oddly right about... As long as everyone has Ryujin's best interests in... An issue? That would be a foolish move. Dalton and Alexis are the only two against it. You'd never get the rest to shut it down. Dangerous indeed. For all I know, you're using it right now. The irony. Perhaps I didn't see it earlier, but you're right. The moment a competitor reverse engineers Vina's work, it'll be chaos. The last thing I want is to have my brain scrambled because some engineer didn't do their due diligence. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a lot of preparations to make.
Alright, so I know I'll at least get Dalton. That's the idea. 'Cause I'm sorry. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, in terms of like in-game, I would love using this as a means to, you know, control people, but even then, like, I'm just like,
if only there were more hours in the day. Well, if it isn't my favorite operative, something I can help you with? You heard correct. I've every reason to believe that Infinity Ltd. Is the Pandora's box of corporations. All right, I could use the entertainment. Tell me why Infinity is a good asset. You're right. Perhaps I am focusing too much on the negatives.
I would have thought someone with your talents would be up now.
Please.
Damn it.
If you want to change my mind, you'll have... The benefits definitely exist. It's just, are they worth the risk? Those arguments only scratch the surface of... I've heard enough. If you only... Nice to know someone is. Everyone's too busy praising its completion to think about the dangers it could represent. First off, if I find out you used that device on me, I will tie you up in court on whatever charges I can conjure for the rest of your life. Second, that tech is one major human rights violation that no legal team wants to fight. I'll do whatever I can to make sure it's either severely delayed or collects dust in storage. Because the external neuroamps are built to help the user on a personal level. They aid in reason, communication, confidence, all things that can make the difference in a person's self-image. And yes, they can be abused, but that's why there are laws regarding improper usage. Tech like this only has good applications when you have complete control over who uses it. Once that tech hits a market, open or private, that control is gone. And not only that, the tech is out there to be advanced or modified by anyone who might get their hands on it. Well, I'm both glad and surprised to hear the one person who has one say that. Masako is lucky to have you at her disposal, you know? You may be the greatest asset, aside from the internal neuroamp, that Ryujin has. This exchange has been surprisingly insightful, but now
Yeah, I'm sorry. That neural amp, not.
If
If operations starts to bore you, let me know. You make a perfect lab rat for the R&D team. And how's my favorite patient doing? Not seeing any temporal memory flashes or losing time, I hope. What? No, of course not. They're purely theoretical.
I feel pretty.
That's great. I'd say Project Dominion is ready for legitimate human trials in that case. One step closer to seeing market approval. Genevieve is going to be so excited. So, tell me what you think of the nerve.
I'm gonna be honest, Vina. Yeah, this type of tech.
I hope you're not actually suggesting that the technology I spent years working on and perfecting never sees the light of day. This is groundbreaking work. My life's work.
Understandable. But do you really not see the downsides of this device at all?
Of course I do. But there are amazing things Dominion can be used for, too. Humanity has always created dangers, and we've always policed them as well. The internal neuroamp will be no different. It just needs to find its place. Fine, fine. Make your case.
Let's talk.
After that SSNN broadcast, I can't imagine anyone's going to try something like that again anytime soon. Well, perhaps I really do need more data. And would I feel responsible as the creator?
I could just show her how fucking horrible this shit is right now.
You really think they could come after me?
Yeah.
Well, this conversation's made me feel like a proper monster. But you're right. In a perfect world, tech like this is used for good. But this world is far from perfect.
Listen, you're not a monster. I've seen plenty of people.
It really is. For years, my only focus has been, is this possible? And then, how do I make it work?
You have a good heart.
I never stopped to consider if it was right, or what it would mean. I guess it'll be up to a vote either way. It's not on the meeting agenda, so I assume you'll bring it up yourself? We just have to hope the others will see reason. So the next question is, what will the fate of Infinity Ltd be?
Well, I will say this, you do have a good heart. You know, like I said, you got lost in the moment. It happens to the best. But for LTD, I think honestly we should have won.
Exactly. Not that I want to gloat over it. Maybe just a little. Okay, so DeMarcus and I have really been looking forward to it, so fingers crossed this deal goes through. Well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day. All we can do now is look forward to the meeting, right? See you in there.
You're looking interesting today. Just the person I wanted to see. I want to get all the details locked down for this meeting, and I believe you to be one of the best sources available. An efficient exchange, then. You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity Ltd. Throughout your assignments here. Do you think they're worth redemption? And why?
Of course I do.
Oh, I didn't mean in regards to Drexler's actions. More in the sense of, should a superior company like Ryujin make room for so many potentially lackluster employees?
Well, nah, I'm not gonna go to gaslight. No, I'm not doing
That is a plea more well spent on Genevieve or Alexis. I prefer to focus on the numbers and leave emotions out of my decision-making.
That's actually fair. I don't like this option because it's using like from a numbers game. We can always filter out the people that aren't worth a damn. But I also don't want to use manipulation to get. That's just not the way I play the game.
Your disdain is noted. And perhaps you thought I'd care because you're hopeful. Next question. What is your opinion on how Masako handled the mole situation?
I mean, we caught the mole, so I said it was.
Any insight into what made it successful? I agree. Should Masako had informed us too early, we may have all turned on each other.
True.
I appreciate the insight. I suppose I should ask if there's anything I can do for you, considering how helpful you've been. It's the next big step for Ryujin Industries. Financially, it'll keep us secure for years to come. There's no doubt it's our future.
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit is right.
It's only dangerous to those who can't afford one. Hence the added motivation that will bolster sales.
Can you guarantee all of your employees can afford it? It's not even so much that. Like, realistically, the lawsuits is fit to be crazy.
The guarantee depends on if we're willing to make the financial commitment to outfitting each employee with at least a shielding component. A cost that's not lost on me as CFO. It's possible, but with Alexis and Genevieve driving the restrictions and presentation of such a product, it's also highly unlikely. This has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate the time.
Well, that was a failure. So,
this meeting should prove to be very interesting. I assume Masako briefed you on her preferred outcome. That's because you're the one with the tool to do it. As long as Masako has the internal neuroamp on her side, she can't lose.
She wasn't
If
gonna
it were
lose
up to
anyway.
me, I'd have shut down Project Dominion a long time ago. I knew it was a grave security risk, and look what happened. Completely. I understand the success it can bring for the corporation, but my only concern here is security. It's not that the board majority fails to see the dangers. It's that they believe we can overcome them. That hubris could easily bring this corporation down one day. I only hope it won't be on my watch. It's not often, but yes. And I'm not the only board member that initially voted against moving forward with the research. You read my mind. Let's just hope Masako and the others see it that way. Plus, if we vote to acquire Infinity Ltd., we're about to add a significant workload onto my team. The last thing I want to deal with are any more incidents this new neuroamp might cause. Well, the timing could be better, but I don't feel strongly one way or another about the acquisition. We've gone through our fair share in the past, and this one would be no different. If Masako wishes to bring Infinity into the fold, I will not stand against it. I imagine we're looking at months of work. Infinity Ltd is obviously not known for their security. I only hope that Masako and the others will be patient with the process. Now, if you excuse me, I have some preparations to make. We'll be announcing Ularu's termination of employment at this meeting, so I need to have security ready to escort her off the premises.
I can't wait to see that freaking battle. Of course, Genevieve.
Is Masako checking up on me to make sure I'm on her side?
Oh my god, that fucking smile. Yo.
Because that's what I do. You want something in this business? You don't pull any punches. The only real question is just how persuasive she asked you to be. Well, you can let Masako know to rest easy. It just so happens that her agenda lines up with mine. We just need to grab Infinity Ltd while it's got the public's full attention.
Okay.
I'm all about free PR, especially when it's painting us in a good light.
It does.
I'm sure I can squeeze enough goodwill out of this to last us at least a year. Well, you have my attention. Of course, which is why I know it requires some very delicate handling. But unlike Alexis, I believe we can get the proper restrictions and regulations in place to have a marketable product. We do it every day with weapons we arm ourselves and our ships with.
It is a game changer, but...
Don't I know it. I think Alexis and I are truly going to have our work cut out for one another. We'll discuss security ramifications with Dalton, and I'm sure there are alterations, safety nets, if you will, that we'll need from Vina. It's sure to be quite the undertaking. Well, it seems your talents really do stretch beyond just being an operative. Good talk. Maybe I'll even consult you on future endeavors.
I love this. I got mostly everything I needed from this, so let's sit in the chair and wait for everybody else to get here. Let's see how this meeting goes. Oh, I can't wait. Man, everybody and their mama appeared real quick. Yeah, I bet you sitting in that chair. Don't get too comfy, baby. Don't get too comfy, cause you about to make your final exit. Let me tell you something. Okay?
All right, everyone. As you all know, we've successfully exposed Infinity Ltd's botched human trials and murder for hire through SSNN. The public is demanding their leadership, namely Lucas Drexler, face trial, and he's probably writing his resignation as we speak.
Facts.
Ryujin will be launching a statement, but I believe now is the perfect time to acquire Infinity Ltd.
Believe it or not, I agree. The acquisition has risks, and it's going to create a lot of work for all of us. But the overall payoff will be worth it.
My team is prepared to handle the influx. We're more than happy to rid ourselves of a rival.
Arguments?
Infinity Ltd is an enormous unknown. The legal and financial risks are too great.
I refuse to support the decision. Besides, I have enough to deal with now as it is.
I think what we're all overlooking is what led us to this situation to begin with. Yes, our security was compromised. But considering Dalton was hired by Masako, the issue obviously starts at the top. In fact, I propose that Masako be removed from CEO altogether.
Ularu, this isn't a line you want to cross.
And considering you're the mole, if anyone's going to be removed from power, it's going to be you.
Hold up. Are you saying you lied to us?
Dalton, the last meeting we had, you distinctly said Imogene was the mole, and she'd been dealt with.
Do you even have any proof to back up this outrageous claim?
Of course!
Of course we do. The malicious code you hid on this slate to upload incriminating evidence against Masako onto Lucas Drexler's computer.
To put it bluntly, Ularu, you're fired. Security will hold you in your office until a proper exit interview can be done.
This isn't right. I should at least have the opportunity to resign.
Should've did that a
And
long time
allow
ago.
you to still be marketable to a competitor? I don't think so. This may be news to me, and I will be reviewing the evidence closely. But this isn't something you just get to walk away from.
Security, escort Miss Chen to her office and see that she stays put.
You'll regret this. All of you.
I believe the only regret would be trusting you to begin with.
All right, back to business. All in favor of acquiring Infinity Ltd?
Aye.
All against?
Nay.
Good. Alexis, start drawing up the necessary documentation. Anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up? The internal neuroamp is a key component of Ryujin Industries' success for the next 10 years, if not more. Why would we shelve it after we've finally perfected it?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's right. Regardless of the pros, the cons are too morally and ethically irresponsible to move forward with.
Agreed. Not to mention the security risks.
Very well. All in favor of shelving Project Dominion?
Aye.
All against?
Nay.
We'll start up discussions on how to handle Project Dominion in the future. In the meantime, at least the only person to have one is our own operative. Internal neuroamp research will continue. The dangers have been noted. And don't worry, I'm certain between Alexis and Genevieve, any legal or moral issues will be taken care of by the time it goes to market. Any other matters to bring forth? None? This concludes our order of business for today.
So much work to do.
You operatives really will wear anything.
Hey, don't talk about the
I
drip.
hope you're
Don't
enjoying
hate.
your new neuroamp.
So, Infinity Ltd. learned a lesson the hard way, and we exposed the traitor among us. You've proven yourself to be quite the asset here at Ryujin. It's well earned and deserved.
Yeah.
I truly appreciate the work you put into exposing Ularu. No operative has ever had to investigate our own to the extent that you did. I can imagine it may have been a lot of pressure, considering you were fairly new at the time. I hope that enthusiasm sticks with you for the foreseeable future. Imogene's instincts were right about you. Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I hope you'll find it appropriate for all you've done. And I'm promoting you to senior operative. You've more than earned it. It's well deserved. As for the details, I think someone back on the operations floor would prefer to explain those to you.
Yeah, we got Imogen back in the club.
I was really worried when you brought up the neuroamp research.
You've certainly shaken things up around here. I still can't believe Ularu tried to frame me. An obvious misjudgment on my part. But now that's all in the past. It's time to get back to your typical day-to-day. And I'd say it's good to be back if I hadn't returned to a mountain of paperwork. Now, since you were new, you've been dealing with people, but most of our assignments are generated on the mission board. The board holds any available assignments that our techs have pieced together, and I've approved. Questions? Good. The mission board is generally self-explanatory anyway. With your promotion, you've earned yourself an office, so whenever you're ready, you can find your own personal mission board inside. And the best perk of them all, you're free to make your own hours. Oh, and congratulations, of course. You certainly will. Go check out the board, and if you have any questions, I suppose I can start up an open door policy, just for you.
They say I get my own office. I mean, it ain't exactly the best, but hey, it gets the job done, baby. Alright. Firearms, plant evidence, sabotage. Damn. Like, they really don't like Larito right now. But we will deal with that later. So now that we've gotten Ryujin's main missions done and over with, I think the next... Oh yeah, let's definitely look at this. Weightlifting, increase your maximum. And piloting. I gotta do ships. I think I have this already, but I gotta. Okay, so I gotta destroy 30 ships. That's gonna be fun. Ooh. Okay, I could do science, lasers. mean? What's this? That's why I got that. I wasn't even paying attention to that. That's crazy. Particle beams, oh, cool. Yep. I don't think they have anything for electromagnetic, what you call it, unless I'm just not reading right. Yeah, 'cause those are lasers, particle beam. That's for like the pistol I have. Here we go, incapacitation. 15 more damage. Can't get this one. At least. Guess I could do pistol certification. And then I should be able to do this later. Okay, cool. Oh. Ooh. Loose ends. Oh yeah. Reflective. Crimson Fleet. There's a lot of people I gotta talk to. Craft the monochrome. So I'm glad I took care of all of these. I guess we can start doing the main mission. Unless y'all want, yeah, we'll probably get one main mission done. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get one main mission done, talk to Sarah, and then we'll double back and do the Freestar Collective. Or shoot, that's right. We do also have another mission we can do with the UMC. Well, not UMC, but UC something.
Keep out of my way.
I do plan on. I probably might do Freestar. I might do Freestar later.
Don't cause any trouble.
Oh, this is the jailhouse. Anyway.
Personal question, but I'll indulge it. I'm told that when I'm not here, I'm distracted by what I might be missing, and wind up crabby, or, my personal favorite, irascible. My wife has therefore decided, it is best if I can dedicate my time to our business here for now. For both our sakes.
Wow. All right. Whatever works for the two of you, I guess.
Lately, I find myself spending more and more time here. Business has appealed to me, but this is exciting.
That is that. Sarah.
So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else? We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising. Felt the same way when I started, too. There's an electricity in the air when you know you're about to uncover something. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry. We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before, or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood? Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
See you there, Captain.
Bye-bye.
Got some new orders for me? Let me take that.
Actually, I'm gonna let you.
Need me to put something in?
I'm gonna take Ember off your hand.
Bye, then.
We need to talk. Glad to haul whatever you need.
Perfect. Look at all that cash I got, right? So we're gonna give you Ember.
Okay. It's you and me from here out. Bye.
I will be absolutely careful.
Where there's water, there could be hostile life forms.
Sarah. Good to see you. Who's your friend?
Hopefully Constellation's newest member. Thought I'd run through some legwork together.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship?
What's the van?
United Colonies volunteer fleet. Independent captains enlist, get to use their own ships, and the UC provides them with sustained work and credits. And put in your time, and you're guaranteed UC citizenship and everything that comes with it. Discounts on UC goods and medical services, chance to own a place in New Atlantis. Only way a foreign captain could even dream of seeing those sorts of benefits. So, you want in? Excellent. Just need to do a little paperwork. An orientation on the UC, and knock out an exam, and a probationary mission. We need to know you'll be able to hack it out there after all. Do well. You'll be out there keeping the peace in no time.
Don't forget, John. I need him back after you wrap him in that fancy getup of yours.
Don't worry, Sarah. I'm not forgetting about you or our little business afterwards. Promise. First things first, head down to the orientation hall and get signed up at the registration terminal. System will walk you through the rest. Oh, and if you got a bounty, well, you're gonna have to make things right with the UC before we'll let you join. But if you've got any questions, I can get you sorted. The process starts with registration down in the orientation.
Well, before we do that, let's think.
Have some questions? Right. Got so wound up bringing you on board, I almost forgot.
Oh, I haven't. Come on, John. Let's hear it, before you try to convince him to join the Marines.
All right. Here's what I've got. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moira. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system. Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me. Sol system is a lot of planets, but a vet like Moira will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols. Anything for Sarah. UC always takes care of its own. Even the prodigal children.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. Well, we've gotten a lot done so far, so, you know, we dealt with Ryujin, Freighter, you know, managed to do some stealth missions with this old bad boy right here. And now we're about to actually start on the Constellation missions. I'm so happy. So, if you like what you saw, you know, please give me a follow, give me a subscribe on here. We trying to get at least to 100. Otherwise, I'll catch y'all in the next episode. Bye-bye for now.